Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, obviously by the title you can tell, it's going to be a holiday inspired look. I feel like everything's so PC now and you can't say Christmas and you can't say like whatever, so it's holiday inspired. These colors and this kind of look is definitely in this time of year. Like when you think of the holiday season, you think of the metallics, golds, silvers, bronzes, and then red obviously, and some green. So I decided to film a look inspired by the holiday season, and it's something that if you guys celebrate Christmas, you can wear maybe to a Christmas party, or if you don't, this is just another gorgeous look that you can wear kind of all year round, any kind of the holidays, maybe even on New Year's if you wanted to rock this. It's just a super pretty kind of dressed up glam look, and I absolutely love how it turned out. So if you want to see how to create this look, then go ahead and keep on watching.
Hello there! So today's look I am super excited about because it's something different. It's kind of like a glam holiday bronzy metallic look, and it's just super pretty. So to start off, we are going to prime the skin using the Makeup Forever Step 1 Mattifying Primer. This is just going to make our skin nice and matte and nice base to the skin. I just kind of like to put it where I have bigger pores. Next, we are going to be using the Maybelline Pro Matte Infallible foundation along with the Becca Opal Shimmering Skin Perfector. Just kind of mix those two together to give sort of like a shimmery, dewy look to the skin. In the wintertime especially, I want to have more shimmer and dew to my skin just because the wintertime is so drying to your skin, and I kind of want to compensate for that any way I can. So I like to use any kind of primer that has a little bit more dew, or even just kind of a liquid highlighter to use as my base, just to make sure my skin looks nice and healthy and glowy during the holiday cold season. And I'm just going to buff all of this in with a flat top kabuki brush, really making sure we're using patting motions and I'm not wiping away or getting any of that product away from the actual skin, putting that everywhere, down the jawline, on the ears, everywhere. So next up, we are going to be concealing and also highlighting a little bit under the under eye. I am using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and I just do that under my eyes, on my eyelids to prime, around my nose area. As you can see, just any place I want to prime, highlight, and also conceal. And so I'm also just going to be patting this away with a damp beauty blender. This is probably one of my favorite ways to blend out my concealer. And we're going to be taking the banana shade in the Anastasia Contour Kit, and I'm just using that as a setting powder today. You can use kind of any shade that you want. As you see here later, I use a different powder as well, but I just decided since I have the Anastasia one, I like to use that. And I especially like to put it on my eyelids with some sort of powder to set my eye for the shadow that we're going to use later. And next we're going to be using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette with that shade that you see right there, just as our contour today. And we're going to be using this brush. It's in the new Face Architecture collection by Sigma. And as you see here, I'm going to kind of carve out my cheeks, both sides, and today we are actually going to be baking. So we are going to be taking the Laura Mercier brightening powder, and we're just going to kind of carve out that contour that we had, and I'm going to put a lot underneath and use that with a beauty blender to apply. It's probably my favorite method. It just really gets the product and places it exactly where I want to put it. And also, just to kind of brighten up the rest of my face, I put that powder anywhere that I really want to brighten. So under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, on my chin, because that actually is the area that my foundation likes to move the most. So I just want to make sure I'm setting it today. And I'm going to let that sit while I bronze up the rest of my face and do everything else. Doing the same thing, I like to use this brush instead of the flat one because it's easier and it looks more natural to just kind of blend everything out along my forehead, also on my jawline. Make sure you take that all the way back and it's actually below your jaw. so that it creates sort of a shadowed effect. So we are also going to be contouring our nose today. This is a totally optional step. You do not have to do this, but I decided since I was going all out with my contour and whatnot that I would also contour my nose. And to start off with shadow today, we're going to be taking the Naked Basic palette. I actually just got this for Christmas, and we are using that lightest shade right there, second lightest, and we're going to be using that as an all-over base color. And we're going to be using the third darkest shadow from the right, and we're going to be using that as an all-over lid color. The other one was kind of to set everything. This is just going to be placed basically just on the lid. And once that's on there, you can just blend it out with an E40 or any kind of blending brush that you may have. After that, we're going to be taking the Naked palette and the color Naked, as we know this is like my favorite color of all time. And we're going to be using that with a blending brush as well, and I just really wanted this to deepen up that crease. It was a little too light for my liking, so I did a tiny bit darker shade than that original color, which is Naked. And next we're going to be going with this dark charcoal color. It's not a totally black, it's got some gray undertones, so it's more muted, but I wanted to darken out that outer corner, and as you can see I'm being very messy here, just kind of focusing on the outer 2/3, and when I have less product, bringing that inwards. It's so messy, as you can see. There's no real rhyme or reason to it, and you'll see why here in a minute. And then obviously we blend it out. So then we're going to be using this color that's in the Naked palette, and forgive me, I do not remember the name, but it's this beautiful gold shimmery color. And I actually went in and just went with a dry brush, and I decided I wanted it to be more intense and more sparkly. So as you see off camera right now, I'm wetting it with some Fix Plus, and I'm going back in, and as you can see, obviously that is so much better, so much more bright and sparkly and shimmery. This is exactly what I was going for. So that's just a little trick that if you want to brighten it up, just spray it with water, some Fix Plus. And next I'm using that shade that's right next to that gold color. It's more of a coppery bronze color. And with my finger I'm just going to be using that to blend the gold with the black, as you can see me doing right here. And then I'm obviously going to blend it out with an E40 just to make sure everything is nice and blended. You know, my finger did a good job, but this will ampen it up as well. And as you can see here, I'm kind of reaching down and applying a little bit of product to my brush. I'm actually putting more Naked in the crease because I just wanted to deepen that up and make sure everything is nice and blended. Okay, now, since this has been baking for a long time, we're going to be wiping away the powder with just this big fluffy brush. Anywhere that we set that Laura Mercier powder, we're going to be wiping it away with this big fluffy brush. And you know, you could have also set the powder for a little bit longer depending on how intense you wanted your contour to be, but I felt like it was good enough, so I decided to do it in between this step. And so now, using this other brush from the Architecture collection by Sigma, I'm just going to be using that to really blend out that really harsh, intense contour, make it nice and natural looking. Absolutely love this brush, and just look out for a video for that because I'm going to be talking about all of my favorite face architecture brushes from Sigma. It just gives a really nice, perfect finish to the face, and it blends it out beautifully. So I absolutely love the way that my contour turned out today, as you can see. And using this color up at the top, I said I was going to be using both, but I'm actually just using that really deep red color. I'm going to be using just the tiniest bit because these are really, really intense, and I'm going to be applying that just with any kind of blush brush to the apples of my cheeks and working it back. Now obviously, as you can tell, we are going to be using Champagne Pop, which is just the perfect color for this season. It's nice and gold and shimmery and just gorgeous, so I love it during the Christmas season, and I'm just going to be using this with a highlighter brush, putting it on my cheekbones, down the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, chin area, and forehead, anywhere that you want to highlight today. And now I'm a highlighted goddess. And so now, just really quickly, we're going to be doing our brows. I did kind of want to skip over this because watching someone do their brows is super boring. And now that they're both super intense, we're going to be blending them out with that spoolie. I can have a more intense and in-depth video if you guys would like to do my brows, but you know, any of these videos I just kind of want to speed past it because it's not the most interesting thing to watch. And then we're going to set it with the Clear Brow Gel by Anastasia. Next, I'm going to be taking my Maybelline Blackest Black Eye Studio Gel Liner, and we're just going to be doing a nice intense wing today. You can do no liner, you can just do lashes. I probably would have just done something like a nice intense bold lash if I wanted to wear them, but today I decided to opt for the nice intense cat eye instead. So as you can see, one eye is done, and magically the other eye is done as well. So now we're going to be doing our under eye, and we're going to be first be taking Naked with a small flat shader brush, just working that all along the lower lash line, just as a base for shadows today, and working that all the way under. We're actually taking Buck as well. This is like my second favorite color in that palette, and we are focusing that on the outer 2/3, outer 2 to 1/3 of the eye. And we're going to be using a small blending brush and blending that out. And we're going to be taking that gold color again and really focusing that on the inner third of the eye. And as you can see, we're going to put that also up on the inner corner as our highlight today. So once we're done with that, we are going to curl our lashes to prep for to prep for mascara. And today I'm using the Benefit They're Real mascara. I've talked about this so much. It is my favorite mascara of life. It just lengthens your lashes, makes them nice and bold and beautiful, and I absolutely love it. So, now, what are we going to do for lips today? We are obviously going to do a red lip, and we are first going to be taking this NARS pencil. It's in a nice peachy pink color, and we're going to be filling in our lips as well as lining them. I just liked this along with the combination of the other two lipsticks that I'm wearing today, and so I just decided to do this instead of a red lip liner. So make sure you're filling your lips in totally. This is just really going to make sure that your lipstick stays on all day long. And then we're going to be taking this nice mini NARS lipstick, I believe it is. I don't know. I got it in the birthday gift from Sephora, but it's just this gorgeous red color, and it's a nice matte color, and you're just going to be filling in your lips with it. And you can stop there. You could also just not do any of these steps, but I decided I wanted it slightly darker. And so I'm using this red lipstick from Artistry. I will put all of the names of the colors and all of that down in the description box below, but this just gives it a nice deep red color, a little bit deeper than what it was, which I absolutely love it, and it also gives it a tiny bit of a sheen at the end. And so once you are done with that, we are going to spray our face with Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. Give yourself a nice little bath with that, like I always like to give, again, a nice dewy finish to the skin. And after that, you are all set.
And that does it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Christmas holiday inspired look. It's adorable if I do say so myself. I absolutely love the colors. I love how bronzy, metallic-y, Christmassy, holiday season with the red lip. It's just like so festive, and I wanted to do something that was super festive and pretty, and I just absolutely loved how this turned out, and I hope you guys do as well. If you did and you want to see more of this, please like and also subscribe if you haven't. I'll have a little annotation right here for you to click on if you'd like to subscribe. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great holiday and the rest of your day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!